Hey, I'm Steven from the band Tundra, and this is the gear I use during our live shows. This is my bass that I use sometimes. This is actually the first bass that I got. I also have a Fender Jazz bass and a Schecter 5-string bass that I'll bust out sometimes.
What can you tell us about this bass? Who made it?
It's Ibanez.
It's an Ibanez?
Yeah, it's just the first bass I got, okay? And I use it sometimes still, and I like it, okay? And over here is my pedal board. Got distortion pedal here, drop pedal here. Fun fact about the drop pedal is that we actually play in both the regular octave and the octave lower for the bass. So there's just a lot going on there. And that's just tuning pedal, noise gate, EQ, and compression. And this is my amp. And that's it.
Hello, I'm Pat from the band Tundra. This is some of the gear I use for our shows that are live. My guitar, it's an Ibanez, I think the Iron Label, I think is the actual name of it, but it originally didn't have any fret markers on it originally, so I actually had gotten like their stickers, I guess, and you could put them on the fretboard, because I really can't play without fret markers. As far as amp-wise, I use a Fractal XFX3. It's got pretty much every amp you can think of in there, but for Tundra, I use a 5153 Stealth, and it's the red channel, I guess. And then effects-wise, use reverb and delay on it, which I don't know. I couldn't tell you specifically which reverbs, they kind of make their own. And then cab-wise, I kind of switch in between, but I like this because it's light, but it's a turbo sound. I think it's a 12-inch, basically a PA speaker, but it's powered. And then the DT whammy we use for a lot of our songs. So basically there's a whammy portion of it. That part, it will actually like make it go higher up an octave. If I go back, it doesn't do anything, go up a bell. And then on the right side, there's a drop tuner, so it'll make the tuning even lower. I believe there's one song that we actually use the drop tuning part, and then the whammy part, we have a few songs that actually does it. So that's kind of the roll of my gear.
And this is the recorder I must have.
And then Lewis isn't here today to explain his drum stuff. I'm sure he could probably nerd out over that, but to us simple-minded guitar folk, it's just drum and cymbal. But Lewis does control our backing track, so I figured I would explain that. So we have just a little MacBook here, and we just have GarageBand here for running our track. So we have every song on its own track, which is kind of nice because as the show is going on, you can kind of see when one song's ending, when the next song's coming up. If you need to pause in between songs or whatever, it's really easy to catch that. And then out of that, we run it into an interface. This is a Focusrite 18i20, I believe, which is an 8-track interface. This is the one I had in my studio, and I'm just leaving it at the practice space because I don't use it that much. At shows, we usually use the 2i2, which is a lot smaller, a lot easier to carry, but it has 2 outputs. One output goes to the PA, and then that's like hard panned right, and then the hard panned left goes to Lewis's headphones so he can hear the click, but the audience does not hear the click, because if you can see here on the songs, the click track you can see is only in the left channel and it's not in the right channel. So that way Lewis hears it, but then the audience would not.
And if you want to see us use this gear live, come to our album release show. That is April 5th at the Booby Trap Bar in Topeka, Kansas.